Welcome to Real Racing TV, top asphalt blistering 3/10 of a mile madness from our very own Southside Speedway. Stay tuned for interviews, tech talk, and some outstanding racing. Greats like Bobby Allison and Denny Hamlin cut their teeth on these four corners. Be prepared for an awesome show. And now, here is your host, Sean Cook.
Hi folks, this is the pretty face of Steve Zuskin that goes with the number 71 car. Steve, man, when I found out about the DQ, I was gutted. I was so excited that you won that the last late model race. It was the first of two twin 50s, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, how did it feel when they told you were disqualified?
Not too good. It was a special night to us and our team for all the effort we put in, and just a bad judgment call, I think, on the track and the officials that, we didn't have a weight limit on our flywheel. We took advantage of the gray area. Just a real bad thing to happen. I felt bad for the team and my fans and everybody, but, we'll bounce back.
Well, look, Steve Zuskin is driving a Chevrolet. They're giving up, 35, 40 horsepower to these Dodges out here. And for you to get a win with a light flywheel or not, I still think is a massive achievement. And people at home, this man can turn the wheel and hit the gas. And Steve, it just gives you even more reason to come back and win, right?
Yeah, that's for sure.
All right, viewers, let's all hope the 71 can win it tonight. Good luck, buddy. Now, where do you want to be, Steve?
Where do I want to be? In Victory Lane.
Yeah! We're down here with Chris Mueller, driver of the number 31 car. Now, Chris, why am I seeing all these Hoosier tires everywhere instead of the old Goodyears?
I don't know, but I'm glad we got them. We actually had a pretty decent qualifying lap that time. Those Goodyears, I just never could get a good hold of, and I think they had a shortage, so we'll see how it works out. But so far, qualifying, not too bad.
Well, I do know that Shane Lockhart, who's the general manager over there at Williamsburg Dodge, holds the track record on Hoosier tires, so that might make a difference for you guys. Are you seeing the times coming down running these tires?
Yeah, well, it was down from last time we were here in qualifying, so I don't know about anybody else yet. I haven't seen the rest of the times, but it looks like they're definitely hooking up.
But it looks like it's goodbye Goodyear and hello Hoosier, people. Hey, you want to give a shout out to any friends, family, sponsors?
Yeah, I'd like to thank, you can look at some of my sponsors here, United Rentals, Village Bank. The Village Bank people are always real supportive of us. Ironbridge Nursery hooked us up with some more help tonight. So,
some plants.
Yeah, exactly, to buy these new Hoosiers. So, yeah, that and my family for always being here, being supportive of me.
Well, good luck tonight, buddy.
Thanks, appreciate it.
Maybe we'll see a new winner tonight. Watch out for the number 31 car of Chris Mueller. All right, folks, we got a little bit of a somber moment here. We've got great racing going on, but we've also got kind of a racing family here. And Chris has got some pretty bad news about part of his racing family. Chris, tell us about it, buddy.
Yeah, we had a guy that used to sit up in the stands and not only sit in the stands and tape the races for us, but would help out on the car on, whenever we worked on it. Whatever we asked him to do, he would do. My condolences go out to his wife, his family. Mark is the guy that used to help us. We lost him last Saturday. Not sure what the cause of death was, but he's going to be missed.
Yeah. Well, folks, big shout out. Hopefully in heaven they've got cable and they can watch the show. Hey, Chris?
I hope so.
Yeah. And I do believe that one of the last things that he heard before he did pass away was the good news about you winning your race.
Yeah, he had called. He didn't actually he wasn't able to make it out here last Friday night, but I'm not sure how he found out.
I think he called Mrs. Hughes.
Yeah, he called. I guess he called Miss Hughes in, and he was pretty eager about helping us on the car and doing what, doing his part. So he'll definitely be missed here.
All right, folks. Shout out to Mark and his family. And Chris, you're having a pretty good season this season, aren't you, buddy?
I can't say enough for Charles Morris and Ted Days and their Performance Counts Racing Engines and Rick Townsend race cars. I was kind of not knowing exactly which way I need to go going to these Hoosier tires. I talked to Rick Townsend last Sunday, I believe it was, and he assured me that we were going to be okay. Usually when you go from a Goodyear tire to a Hoosier, you change the spin on it, but he said we'll be good to go. So.
All right, well, listen, you got the pole today, but now are they going to do this inversion thing with the pole?
Well, I believe I start 7th anyway, being I won last Friday.
Okay.
But I just hope these Hoosier tires make it 150. I've run on Hoosier tires before, but not this particular tire, so I'm like everybody else.
You might hit lap 100 and everyone starts sliding around, huh?
We'll have to wait and see.
All right, folks, watch out and see if Chris Hopkins can adjust to the Hoosier tire, but I guess this is now a Hoosier track. I'm going to see if I can find somebody from Hoosier and give him a big shout out too. Chris, good luck tonight.
Thank you very much.
And people, stay tuned for some serious late model racing from the toughest track in the South, Southside Speedway. All right, folks, the number 10 of Ray Ashworth is proud to carry the McRae Electric name. Tell us a little bit about what McRae Electric is doing for the race tonight.
I tell you, McRae Electric is a top-notch sponsor. I've never had anything like it. He built me a first-class car, and he's also doing a lot for the grand stocks.
Now, isn't there some sort of prize if the pole gets $100, and then if you win, you get $500, right?
Well, actually, I think what it is, anybody in the top 4 can elect to go to the back of the pack and start from the back. If you start from the back and win the race, he's going to give an extra $500 bonus for the grand stock winner.
Now, who is this gentleman who owns McRae Electric?
Dean McRae.
Dean McRae, shout out to you, buddy. You're going to make an exciting race. Now, has anybody taken the challenge?
I haven't heard if anybody took the challenge or not, but I do know if nobody takes the challenge or wins it, the following extended grand stock race will be $1,000 to do the same thing.
So sooner or later, somebody's going to elect to go to the back. It could be Richard Skeens, it could be Mark Jenkins, and it could be your son.
I tell you, I'd like to see him do it. We got to do a lot more work on my son's car to get it up, running up front, but we're just trying to get him in the race and have some fun.
Well, his son used to race go-karts. Watch out for him, the number 10 Grand Stock race. And what's your son's name?
Matthew Ashworth.
Matthew Ashworth and Ray Ashworth. Hey, maybe you get to run against him one day when he gets up in the late models, huh?
Yeah, I got a second late model. Might put him in one day.
Well, folks, if you ever need any electrical work, McRae Electric, right? You got a phone number for them?
Dinwiddie, Virginia. I do not have the phone number, but he's in the yellow pages,
Okay.
McRae Electric in Dinwiddie, Virginia.
Now, you had Chris Ward driving this car because you had stomach flu, and who drove it last week?
I drove it last week.
Now, how do you know Chris Ward? Now, Chris Ward, folks, was the track champion the year before last, right?
Yeah, I've been racing out here against Chris for years, and he's a heck of a nice guy, and when I was sick, not feeling good, we just picked him to drive the car, and he did a great job for us, and hopefully he won't have to drive anymore for me, but if so, we'll use him again.
All right, folks, watch out for the number 10 of Ray Ashworth in the upcoming late model race. All right, folks, we're down here with Larry Bryant, driver of the number 32 car. Larry, I hear you got a new motor in it. What kind of motor did you decide to go with?
It's a Dodge Charger, Dodge 360.
I think he just said a Dodge motor. Is that right? Just nod. Dodge, yes. Another Dodge out here. A seriously fast car here. A stock car product sponsored car. Larry, I want to wish you good luck, man. Watch out for the number 32 in the upcoming 150 lap late model race. Now, Larry, do you think it's going to be kind of hot by the time you finish?
Oh yeah, definitely, real hot.
He's saying yes. All right, folks, stay tuned for a massive race from Southside Speedway. Folks, we're down here with Russ Eliss in his brand new suit. Doesn't he look fantastic? Now, this GetLoaded.com, they're one of your new sponsors?
No, we've had him since the beginning of this year, but I guess it would be a new sponsor for this year. Those guys help us out a lot, me and Roy Hendricks. They look out for both of us out here. They look out for their track. They look out for everybody. They're doing a heck of a job out here.
Well, Russ, aren't you happy to see the cat come back, man? She was at the vet for a little while, but by popular demand, the cat is back, people. Russ, you've had a tough season so far. What, distributor problems, handling problems? Tell me a little about how the season's going.
Well, we've started out this year, and all we had was just a bunch of technical difficulties. The distributor had a bad ground, and so we fought that for the first 3 races. We were leading the race, and it cut off, and I had to go all the way to the back, and then I'd get back through there, and it would cut off again, and then so we finally got it fixed last week. It was the first time, and we got to lead that whole thing, but I wasn't strong enough to hold Hopkins off at the end there, but I ran out a little bit of bite.
That was a great race, Russ. Well, listen, good luck tonight. You want to give a shout out to any more of your sponsors other than GetLoaded.com?
Oh yeah, man, John Ross at Dominion Voice and Data, everybody down there, they handling everything for me this year. Chesterfield Berry Farm, of course, Get Loaded. I hope I'm not leaving anybody out. I think that's it.
Well, listen, man, good luck. Folks at home, keep your eyes peeled on the 33. No matter what, you always put on a great show. So stay tuned for some serious racing from Southside Speedway. All right, folks, if you were watching the last late model race, you would have seen this car driven by Brandon Hendrick spinning around. Now, tell me a little bit about what your impression of what happened was, Brandon.
I came off the corner and got turned in my left rear, plain and simple. I mean, Billy's a clean driver. I know he didn't do it on purpose, but it happened.
Yeah.
And what made me even madder was, they didn't put him to the rear, but that's the way it goes. I know Billy's a clean driver, but it happens.
Well, we've got the advantage, folks, of having video cameras, and we're all over the track. The people are sitting up there sometimes don't make the right call, sometimes they do. What do you think they're right, 9 out of 10 times?
Right 9 out of 10?
Yeah.
Probably 2 out of 10, honestly.
Well, guys, it's tough. I mean, we're only just getting to the point with 3 cameras out here where we can see what happened. But if you were watching the last race, I can say no more. Unfortunately, the funny thing is, Brandon, we put that shot in after Buck did the voiceover. So Buck's just doing this voiceover la-di-da, and suddenly you see this massive wreck happen. So folks at home, sorry, we're going to try and get all the shots put in before Buck does the voiceover. But we felt bad for you, Brandon. I know you're a good driver, you're a clean driver, and you were really doing good. What position were you in when you spun around?
I was in 3rd. Hoping for a better night, but like tonight, we just have bad luck this year. Tonight, should have qualified, obviously. I mean, we've been a top 3, 4 car in qualifying every week, and I went out and my scuff flaps got a flat tire, so starting at the back, it's just the way things go, one of them years.
Well, you know what, for folks, Chris Hopkins had a bad season last year. This year, he won the race, probably the most important race, which was beating Denny Hamlin. So maybe you're saving it up for that one night that you gotta win.
I hope. I just want one of them for my sponsors and everybody that helps me. I mean, everybody deserves one, and I'll get them one.
You want to give a shout out to your sponsors while we're on that subject?
Yes, Bill's Barbecue, definitely Capital Electric, Old Dominion Insulation, and of course, Roy Hendrick's Muffler and Automotive.
You know, folks, when people rattle off those names like that, that's because they've called these people hundreds of times. They know their name, they know their phone number, they know the people to contact, and you're bad, and you probably solicit a lot more people than you actually get. How many people do you actually solicit for sponsorship?
Honestly, I mean, we have people that contact us, and we contact people, and I mean, probably 10 a year maybe.
Well, we do about 250, so you're doing better than me. Brandon, good luck to you. Folks, watch out for the number 55 late model race car of Brandon Hendrick.
Green flag is out, 150 laps the distance. Hoosier tires on these automobiles for the first time in 2007. The late model field tight and right. Off of turn number 2 and down the backstretch. Zuskin all by his lonesome. On the outside is Wayne McGee. The fight to the inside of him, the 0-2 car of Greg Fernandez. The whole field bunches up down into 1. Scott Turlington locks up the brakes a little bit. Brandon Hendrick's able to come off the corner on the bottom. It's Chris Dotson, talked to him earlier, very hungry for victory lane. Car owner and builder Bobby Creech said that car has been awesome a couple of times this season other than the first race, but just not able to capitalize on it. Tonight, he had the starting spot to do so, and he runs 4th on the speedway. Wayne McGee right now 3rd. Greg Fernandez in 2nd. Steve Zuskin leads the way. Brandon Hendrick found something out last time he was here at Southside Speedway, and 150% killed a fear. He did not like to be trapped on the outside of the racetrack. Now, the outside, he says, is one of his best friends. The 55 car just worked around the outside of the 31 of Mueller. Dodson now looking on Wayne McGee's automobile, has to put the block on the 43 car of Chris Hopkins. Hopkins and that 43 car team is racing in memory of longtime team member and true friend Mark Femright tonight here at Southside Speedway. So our prayers go out to their family on the loss of Mark. He passed away Saturday, June 30th. And that 43 car now on the outside of Dodson gets pinched. Hopkins had to back out into the back end of the 0 car in the center of 3 and 4. It's going to cost Hopkins a spot. Here comes Ellis. Russ Eliss to the inside of the 43 car. Hopkins trying to race back on the outside now. Brandon Hendrick thinking about dropping on the outside of Ray Ashworth. Ashworth's number 10 automobile right in front of Brandon Hendrick. Hendrick looking topside on the speedway. The whole time these cars are racing, I hate to tell you, Steve Zuskin, but you got a fast car approaching. Greg Fernandez has rolled in on Steve Zuskin. The 0-2 car now a foot. They touch in 1 and 2. Off a turn. Oh, we got a car around. It's J.R. Lamb's car down the bottom of turn number 4. 9 laps on the board. It'll be 10 when they hit the stripe. Green flag action back on the speedway. Greg Fernandez is not going to let Zuskin get away. Man, was he on top of him on that restart. Brandon Hendrick already looking upstairs in 1 and 2 on Ray Ashworth's car. Down the backstretch now, he drops to the inside of the 10 car, gets the nose down there, lets him know, hey buddy, I might be a little quicker. You think you gotta give me a little room here? Let's see. But Ashworth hangs on to that spot. Hopkins now right behind the 0 car at Dodson. Your top 2 have the racetrack all to themselves now. Hopkins looking inside of the 0 at Dodson. Dodson now looking at maybe a topside pass on Wayne McGee. But he knows if he opens up the inside, the 43 car will be there. But he knows if he rubs the 2 car, it could go around and put him to the rear of the field. So that's the dilemma going through the head right now on the 0 car's driver. Dodson much faster off the corner than the 2 car. A little bit loose on exit right at the moment. But McGee able to hit his own line and drive around the Southside Speedway perfectly. Fernandez's automobile about 4 laps away from where it really picks up. Whoa, a little bit of an old brake check down in 1 and 2 from the 0 car to the 43. Bunched up the field a little bit behind them. Brandon Hendrick settling into his spot right now on the speedway. It's to the inside, 4th place battle down the backstretch. Into turn number 3 they go. Chris Hopkins is now inside of Chris Dodson. This could be what Dodson actually needs. Dodson could get up to the 2 car, use him as a pick down into the corner. Man, 8 tires are better than 4, I guess, there into turn number 1 for Hopkins that time through. Hopkins now has to deal with the 2 car, Wayne McGee, off the corner. Hopkins tries to set to the inside. Scott Turlington in a 31 car. Mueller race off of turn number 4. We got battles all over the track right now. McGee races off the 43 car of Hopkins. Hopkins now going upstairs on McGee. McGee does the block. Roy Hendrick trying to follow through the hole that Scott Turlington made just a few moments ago. Russ Eliss racing it out with Ray Ashworth right in front of Brandon Hendrick. Oh, about breaking the 2 car down in the corner. They make contact 2, 3 times. Hopkins comes off the corner to the inside of the 2VA of McGee. Dodson now follows suit. Your top 2 automobiles. Oh, Donnie Clatterbuck has a problem on the 44 car. Looks like a right front flat. And that is what it is. Caution comes out. 25 laps on the board. Green flag is out. Here we go back to racing. 2 Chevys leading 2 Dodges. Saw 1 lead change in the Grand Stock race. That due to the 03 of Brian Mislivy's automobile, the motor letting go on it. Chris Hott took the lead from that point, never looked back. Donnie Newman made a great challenge in those last couple of laps. Oh, 2 cars together. Donnie Clatterbuck and J.R. Lamb, and they're right in the middle of the track. Leaders coming by on the inside. Zuskin has to lock them up and turn left hard. Green flag back out. Zuskin back on the throttle. A lot of trash on the tires. Might have spun the rear tires a little bit. Fernandez was all over him off the corner. J.R. Lamb down the backstretch. Your leaders are going to catch him in 3 and 4. Brandon Hendrick inside of Ray Ashworth by nose down in the corner. Those 4 automobiles have been tied together like a chain race around the Southside Speedway. Battle for second off of turn 2 and down the backstretch into turn number 3. Chris Hopkins under Greg Fernandez. Fernandez racing the 3-time winner this season for the 2nd spot. Looked like Hopkins at the stripe by 2 inches at the most. 66 laps out of the 150 down. Roy Hendrick in the back of McGee. McGee saves it. Awesome job. Hopkins at the stripe over Fernandez. Fernandez still driving it on the top side of the speedway. He will clear the 02 car. Fernandez now can drop in line behind the 43. Next car up. We saw these 2 cars battle it out a few weeks back. Zuskin went to victory lane, but the 43 car got the hardware. So it's going to see what's going to happen tonight. 150 laps. Steve Zuskin's kind of race. He has led since the drop of the green flag, and 69 laps on the board now. Zuskin burns the right rear through 1 and 2 that time. Hopkins, he's looking upstairs on the leader. Off of turn number 4 and down the front stretch. Hopkins setting it right out next to the boilerplate. Down into turn number 1, off of turn number 2. Zuskin hits a little bit better on his marks in between 1 and 2 that time. Rob Jenkins right up ahead of those automobiles. The move over flag is coming out, but Rob still trying to stay on the lead lap. A little bit of a wiggle right in front of your leader, Zuskin. Zuskin right in the center of the corner is going to be able to diamond it off. Get a run on the 89 car. Jenkins moves to the top side. Zuskin gets the bottom run. Hopkins now looks up top, but Jenkins is up there. He'll have to drop back in line right in front of Greg Fernandez. Close call for those two drivers. Off of turn number 4 and down the front stretch. Your top 4 automobiles getting ready to clear. Rob Jenkins, number 89 car, feature winner just a couple of weeks ago. 1 lap down to your top 4 automobiles. Zuskin and the Jersey Mike Subs, R.J. Smith Company's Finer Homes Incorporated, Monte Carlo leads the Dodge number 43. Walker's Welding, Jamestown Builders, Pulley's Body Shop, and Townsend Race Cars automobile of Chris Hopkins. Right behind them, the 02 automobile, the Chevy of Greg Fernandez, sponsored by Central Virginia Home Builders, R.J. Smith Companies, and CG&D Racing, Steve and Clark Dara. Right in his tire tracks, the 0 car, Williamsburg Dodge, Virginia Specialty Products, Quality Coatings, and Tire X, the 2006 defending track champ, running 4th, Chris Dodson in the 0 car. 5th spot on the speedway right now for the Chesterfield Berry Farm, Dominion Voice and Data, GetLoaded.com, and Finer Homes Incorporated Chevy of Russ Eliss. That's your top 5 automobiles on the speedway. 6th spot right now, starting to reel into 33, the 39 of Roy Hendrick. GetLoaded.com, Chesterfield Berry Farm, Finer Homes Incorporated, Rock and Rod Racing, and Roy Hendrick's Muffler and Automotive. All aboard that 39 car, running in 6th on the speedway. 7th spot, the 2VA. The Sea Fox Boats, Load Right Trailers, Buffalo Wild Wings, Decals Unlimited, Progressive Boat Works, Virginia Embroider, and National Marine, Pontiac of Wayne McGee. Attrition starting to build. We're only 8 laps away from a usual race night of 100 laps. Zuskin holding off Hopkins, who is making a hard charge for the top spot. Down into turn number 3, that battle continues. The usual race 100 laps, tack 50 onto it, 150 laps the distance tonight. Hoosier Race Tires, brand new to Southside Speedway, putting them to the test with a 150 lap feature. Down into turn number 1, the groove is there. The 43 car, the battle for the top spot. 100 laps exactly on the board. Hopkins, Mark Femright, riding along with him in that automobile. The fallen team member and true friend of the 43 car racing team. And Hopkins still trying to battle it out. It was Zuskin at the stripe. Down into turn number 3, off of turn number 4. Hopkins gets a great run off the corner. Hopkins at the stripe by the nose. The 43 car leads his first lap of the night at lap 102. Hopkins off of turn number 4, still not clear of the 71 car. Zuskin fighting back, but 103 still belongs to the 43 car. Scott Turlington has cleared Brandon Hendrick's automobile, now sets sail after the rest of the top 7 automobiles. Leader's about a straightaway behind Turlington right now. Chris Hopkins out front, and he's going to start pulling away. He's got about a car length and a half between himself and Zuskin down the straightaways. Roy Hendrick tries to diamond the corner and does so. He gets the run on Ellis down into turn number 3. Hendrick going for the 6th spot on the speedway, and will take it, actually 5th spot on the speedway. Roy Hendrick into the top 5. So Chris Hopkins, your leader in the 43 car. Then it's Steve Zuskin in the 71 in second. The 02 of Fernandez runs third still. The 0 of Chris Dotson, and then fifth place, Rapid Roy Hendrick has climbed through the field. He started 12th on the night and runs 5th. Scott Turlington trying to stay on the lead lap. He is within 2 car lengths. Make it 1 in the center of the corner on your leader, Chris Hopkins. These Hoosier tires holding up perfectly. Just under 20 laps left to go. 19 more circuits, Greg Fernandez. Every time it looks like he gets ready to mount a challenge on Zuskin, lap traffic comes up. $131.32. Oh, big wreck. Zuskin, Fernandez, and J.R. Lamb all involved on the front stretch. Green flag is out. He's got a car length between himself and Dotson. Off the corner, right rear, ablaze on the 43 car. Dotson down into 1. He's got the great momentum coming up on him in the bottom of the corner. Now here comes the Hopkins automobile off the top of 2 down the backstretch. Hopkins down into turn number 3 off of 4 this time. Look at these Hoosiers laying down rubber off the corner, leaving stripes all the way around the turn 4 area. Russ Eliss, he raced it out with Roy Hendrick just a few laps ago. He's going back at the 4-time champ down into turn number 3. Those two make contact coming off of 4. Roy's able to drive off the top of the front end of the 33 car. Eliss down on the bottom. He says if these front two get together, I stand a chance at taking this thing. So I'd like to be up in 3rd. Roy Hendrick, hard shot from Eliss into the back end of the 39 car in the middle of the corner. Ray Ashworth, 1 spot away from a top 5. His son collected the McRae Electric Hard Charger Award in the Grand Stock race tonight. Oh, Mueller into the outside wall, off the ground, and into the outside wall in 3. Caution flies on the speedway with 4 laps to go. It looks like we could be looking at a second green-white checkered on the night. We're going to see what's happening. Mueller clobbered the backstretch wall right under the American flag and the GetLoaded.com billboard. Green flag, white flag, checkered flag. Here we go. Green flag off a turn number 4. They head down the front stretch. That time Dotson burns the right rear a little bit. Dotson burning the right rear off a turn number 4. This time off a turn number 2. He's trying to make the challenge. Back up on the 43 car. Hopkins has been there all year long. He's still up front right now. White flag is out on the speedway. Off of turn number 2 and down the backstretch. Hopkins and Dotson leading the way over top of Roy Hendrick, Russ Eliss, and Wayne McGee down into turn 3 off of 4 for the final time. Chris Hopkins. Chris Hopkins is wore out.
Folks, we're down here with Roy Hendrick, son of the legendary Ray Hendrick, and Brandon Hendrick is our stand-in cameraman today.
He sure is.
Roy, we watched you work your way all the way through the 3rd. You look like you're having some kind of fun.
Well, I tell you, I started 12th, and them guys in front of me were tough as nails, man. This place is hard to pass on anyway, but I could get up on the outside and get around them, but some of them guys that kept pinching me up in the wall and all that, and I didn't want to turn nobody around because if I did, they were going to put me to the rear, you know, so.
Right. You were having quite a race there with Russ Eliss. It just went on and on and on.
Yeah, well, I got by him pretty good, and then on them restarts, I just couldn't get hooked up, and he just, you know, was better than I was on the restart. So it took me 2 or 3 laps to get going, but I didn't have that many laps to get away from him, you know.
Now, did Brandon help you out at all? I saw there was one moment when you kind of got past the car. Brandon gave me a little tap from the back. Is this, does it help having family out there on the field?
Well, I don't know. I don't remember that. I mean, I was just concentrating so hard on what I was doing. I just jumped to the outside, and the car worked real good up there. And, I mean, I could have ran up there all night, you know, but I was hoping that we were going to run up in a big bunch of traffic, you know, because I'm better in traffic, you know, and I just, you know, traffic just, I can get around them real good. You know, I just like to run traffic because I go high and everybody else tries to pass low, you know, so that's always been my thing.
Well, it was neat watching you out there racing your son. That must be great fun, isn't it?
Oh, it really was. He was kicking butt there for a while.
He was. I think maybe the Hoosier tires started to run out a little early.
No, it won't the Hoosier tires. His car has been doing that every week. I mean, even on the good years. So it's not the Hoosier tires. The Hoosier tires are great. I love them.
That's awesome.
The tires came, I mean, they were strong and whole 150 laps.
And that's quite a test for a tire.
I mean, they were great. I could run 3 laps and my car get better and better, you know, and the good years never did that.
All right, Brandon, thanks for being our stand-in cameraman, and stay tuned next week for some serious action from Southside Speedway. All right, folks, you saw it on Real Racing TV. Man, Greg Fernandez, Steve Zuskin, I'm sure the viewers' hearts go out to you. You just about had a third place. You just about had a second place. I know you got it, and I'll tell you what, to have smiles on your faces and to have the attitudes you've got right now is pretty amazing. But stay tuned next week from where?
Southside Speedway.
Say it a little bit louder, Greg.
Southside
Speedway!